It is now day 3 of Worlds 2020, and the meta has begun to solidify in the group stage. The OP picks are starting to be found by teams, and they are being heavily contested, the biggest of which is Jungle Nidalee. Starting off in play-ins, Jungle Nidalee began with a 90% presence, and ended up making some crucial plays in big games, the biggest of which was by Ahahacik in Unicorns of Love's game against LGD, where Gadget on Twitch was super fed, but gets caught in a crucial fight. The Nidalee lands a huge spear on the enemy AD carry, and immediately assassinates the Ezreal, once again evening up the fight. This play kept Unicorns of Love in the game, and they secured a win after a couple more fights. This is the kind of game-changing play that junglers pick Nidalee for, but teams are prioritising her for a different reason. Quickly, before we start, if you like these kinds of videos, make sure to subscribe for more. I'll be doing videos all throughout Worlds about new picks and OP strategies. Enter the Korean teams, DRX and Damwon Gaming. Nidalee has been a pretty popular pick in LCK this year, so the Korean junglers are very experienced on the pick. Pyosik was the first to bring it out in group stage and put on a show, truly showing the power of the pick. The strength of Nidalee and why teams want her so badly is the fact that her kit does everything a jungler needs to do in pro play right now. She has the high damage from spears as well as her Cougar form Q, which lets her execute carries, so she can be an assassin when needed in the team comp. She has the healing power of a support with a new build of Athenes Unholy Grail 2nd, giving Nidalee an insane amount of utility for her team, so even if she is not able to do high damage, she is still being very useful to her teammates. As well as this, Nidalee has always been a super mobile champion, with her Cougar form W and her passive giving extra movement speed when running through bushes. This speed, as well as having 2 forms, really helps her jungle clear. She is one of the fastest, most efficient and healthy junglers in the game, with both single target and AoE abilities, letting her rush through all of the camps. Nidalee simply does too much right now, and other jungle champions cannot hope to compare to the skill set she brings. If even Jankos can win games on it, I think it might be a bit OP. Anyway, let's look at what champions Nidalee can be picked with. For DRX, Nidalee was picked with Ornn, Set, Ashe and Pantheon, who are all high CC champions, as well as 3 that can play frontline for Nidalee. This is a perfect situation for Nidalee to thrive. Nidalee loves teammates with CC as it allows her to land spears much easier. It's just as important as having knockups on your team when you're playing Yasuo. A combo like Zoe mid with Nidalee jungle has been popular for a while now for this exact reason. The frontliners on the team are also very important. Nidalee should not be picked with 4 squishy high damage champions on her team, as no one will be able to be at the front of the fight, and a single tank on the enemy team could shut you all down. Damwon Gaming do something very similar, with Camille, Twisted Fate, Jhin and Leona, alongside the Nidalee. All champions with CC, as well as Camille Leona, who want to be diving into the fight, which creates a lot of space for Canyon or Nidalee to stay safe while fighting. Jhin and TF especially are good combos for Nidalee, as TF has the point and click CC that an enemy cannot avoid, and Jhin can then follow up on it with W to keep the enemy rooted in place, creating even more time for Nidalee to land her spear. But how about if you want to abuse this OP pick in solo queue for some free LP? Here is the most common jungle clear for pro and challenger Nidalees. Start red buff with or without a leash. It doesn't really matter for Nidalee as she has such a healthy clear. After this, junglers continue their full clear route with Krugs and Raptors for level 3, starting Q, then W, then E. Then you do Wolves into blue buff. At this point it should be about 2 minutes 20 to 2 minutes 30, depending on your speed. So bottom Scuttle Crab is a good choice, and you can combo this into a mid or bot lane gank as needed. If you know the crab is gone or you cannot contest it or get a gank, then you can finish with Gromp instead. For solo queue, there is another effective jungler route that I like, which is red into blue, then Gromp. Or you can do blue into Gromp into red. This gets you level 3 the fastest, and ready to look for an early gank or an invade into the enemy jungle. Even in Diamond Elo, players do not expect a path like this, and are easy to kill using it. Especially top lane, most laners do not ward like they should for 2 minutes 30, so end up being a free kill. If the enemy jungler is someone who clears badly or is very slow like an Amumu, you should do this like every game. The most popular build right now is Red Smite, Runic Echoes into Athenes Unholy Grail for the healing. Grab either Ninja Tabai or Mercury Treads depending on the enemy team, then Zhonya's Hourglass, which lets you jump into fights and use your Cougar form to full effectiveness, but also stay safe. These are the most vital items for Nidalee, and once you have them all, she reaches her strongest point of power. After this you can grab Lichbane and Deathcap if you need more damage. You can also pivot your build at this point to be even more supportive if needed. For example, if you have a strong AD carry like Kog'Maw or Twitch on your team, you could even grab an Ardent Censer instead of the Lichbane. Here are the runes that pros are taking, with Conqueror being the most popular at Worlds, which is theoretically better for the extra healing in fights and survivability, but is actually most effective due to the minor runes that Nidalee gets from it. These are Presence of Mind, Legend Tenacity, and Coup de Grace. For secondaries, you can take Zombie Ward and Ravenous Hunter, with stats of attack speed, adaptive, and armor. There's also an Electrocute or Dark Harvest page, which is really good for solo queue, so you can try both out, see which ones you prefer. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and like the video if you enjoyed. I also do videos about interesting solo queue strategies that players have used to get to Challenger, so check them out as well. Thanks so much for watching.